the kitchen, the family room, the pool, but most importantly, show me the solarium. Knowing how much Zoe and I like to entertain, I figured we had to do an entire video that is just about the entertaining spaces. This is our favorite space in the entire house. This used to just be an outdoor patio, but I did a big addition on that whole wing behind us there so that we could enclose this into what is the most serene, the most tranquil space. And we actually have different setups for this space that are pretty easy to mix in and mix out. So one of our setups is just a couple of sofas facing each other for lounging. We have it set up now so we can do a dinner party here tonight. So, you know, depending on what we want to use the space for, super easy just to mix it around because we've got that option. But what usually drops people's jaws when they walk in here is the roof. We have an entire glass roof. Global Solariums put that in for us, and the process was incredible because we wanted to be able to use this whether it was raining, whether it was sunshine, day or night, keep the bugs out, but keep it really, really beautiful. That glass roof just makes the whole space. The process when they built it on site and then they craned it up on top of the structure was wild. I've never done anything that involved that much engineering, but it paid off and it makes the space just feel so special. Another cool feature in the solarium here and actually throughout the whole property, so Johnny Emmerich's Ironworks have done so many episodes of our shows from Celebrity IOU to features on Brother vs. Brother. Johnny and his team did all the railings custom in here with that Gothic arch that we love so much. They also did you know, under the green wall here, the tub surrounding this to enclose that. They've done decorative fences. They've done literally all of the ironwork in this place was done by Johnny and his team, and they do an incredible job. And I think that's one thing that I loved about these older homes is they usually had really great woodwork, but also really amazing ironwork. And so trying to keep it authentic meant we had to custom make most of it. I love the flexibility of the space. We're always talking about try and find spaces that can be multi-purpose. There's so much room in here and it's easy to shift things around that I think it makes for a great entertaining space. But also the family room is probably where we'll spend the most of our time entertaining inside. One of the things I get spoiled with is Zoe is an incredible musician, and so quite often I'll come home and she's playing on her Yamaha or she's playing a uke, and the sound just travels throughout the space. So that was important for us too, that it's not just about entertaining family and friends when they come over, but also for ourselves, like entertaining ourselves. The house has also been designed in a way that acoustically it makes sense, whether she needs her own private space for practicing in her office or whether it's something out here so everybody can enjoy it. And Antoinette, to answer your question, this is probably the room we'll spend the most time in entertaining on the inside of the house. This is our family room. Originally, this was actually the garage. Or actually, originally this wasn't even here because there was a stable where they had horses way back when the house was first built. And then that was converted eventually into a garage when this was then changed into more of a living space. But this was an addition that was done in the 70s. They kind of did some funky stuff with the roof line, so I cleaned all that up with the new roof line when everything was finished. But this even had like a weird kind of catwalk going out to a window up above, and there was a strange bathroom that was really short and like triangular on the top, stuff like that. So we wanted to create a great room, and this will truly be a great room because we have the piano and we have the lounging space and whatnot, and it's very connected to the heart of the home, the kitchen. So for us, we'll probably spend a lot of time in here just being a family and inviting over our friends and family. Katie with a D asked a question about how do you make a big open space still feel warm and inviting. A lot of tricks. In here, I usually use an area rug to anchor a large space. This is one of our Drew and Jonathan Home by Karastan collection. And it adds a little bit of color, adds a little bit of warmth. They're very cushy and comfortable. But that's a great way to anchor all of the furniture and make sure that everything fits perfectly. Another thing, we also wanted to have some really beautiful, intricate woodwork. So Pearlworks is who did all of the really incredible scroll work and the added detail in this room too. So it's a combination of just making sure it's not a big white box. You want to make sure that there's something that just invites people in and makes people want to kind of kick back and relax and feel like, okay, I feel welcome here. It's all about the little detail work, the finishing touches that make a space come together. In here, even the ceiling, we wanted to make sure there was a little extra detail, so we did the barren beams in here. These are artificial beams, but they look nice and chunky. They look like real beams, so I think that adds a special touch when you look up. When you look outside, Karen was asking, she wants to know a little more about the outdoor space, and the outdoor entertaining space would be the pool and outdoor kitchen. So not all entertaining happens inside. We wanted to have an amazing outdoor space with the pool. Anyone who knows, I'm from Vegas. I love my pools, water volleyball, everything else. So the original pool in this house had an 18-foot deep end, and then it shallowed out to about 3.5 feet on the other end. I don't know why you would need 18.5 feet. That's a lot of water to heat and a lot of water to clean and filter. So we decided to rework the pool. John Crystal Pools did all the pool work for us, kept the original overall width, but added a safety ledge all the way around for the kids, also squared off the ends, made it so that it was a comfortable depth, but not something crazy deep. And now we've got the perfect setup for any of our pool parties. Ginger asked the question, how do we plan to celebrate and what is our celebratory drink of choice? We are going to be doing a lot of celebrating. In fact, probably most of it will happen in here in our dining room because we miss having dinner parties. We want to host our friends, our family over, have some dinner parties. We are wine drinkers, so we've actually custom built our very own wine cabinet with Heritage Vine. If you saw the Alice and Janney episode of Celebrity IOU, Heritage Vine did that wine cabinet as well. This one we wanted to have a really beautiful, more classic look, and so you don't have all the modern metal edges of the one in Alice and Janney, but you have one that feels like it fits with the house. I actually did a calculation because we've got all the different compartments for storing the wine, lying flat, standing up. We've got the Gothic arch incorporated in there as well, but we can fit 175 bottles of wine in that cabinet. So we will be probably drunk for the first while of living in this house. But that's why we created this beautiful, intimate space here. Even the details, like this is my favorite of all the wood ceilings that we have in the house. The detail on this ceiling is so unique and so special, and I can just see us, corking bottles and having good times and good laughs. And this is the original location of the dining room in the house. These are actually the original built-ins that are in the corners of the dining room, but we had to redo everything else just to make it feel, like it all works together. So thank you for the question. When you're entertaining, you gotta have somewhere for your guests to stay. So this is an example of one of our guest rooms. I just love how it came together. And it was tricky because a lot of different heights from room to room. This one's cool, it's a corner bedroom. So you've got this dormer that overlooks the front yard. And so we had to kind of figure out a way to make it feel like a classic touch as well. We didn't want too many modern drywalled lines and things like that. So you'll see there's a really small detailed crown all the way around the room. Felt that was appropriate, the era of the home. And then we wanted to make sure storage worked as well. This did not have a formal closet nor the depth for a formal closet. So we had California Closets make us a closet, and by using actual cabinet doors instead of having closet doors, then we didn't need quite the depth and it fit in perfectly. But I love how creative it was. There is so much storage squeezed in here. In fact, I'm pretty confident that I will be using this closet in addition to our own closet because Zoe's got a lot of stuff. But I love how that turned out with the pops of brass and everything ties in throughout. We also had a fan question from Steven as well, who was asking about wallpaper. We have so much wallpaper throughout the house. This is actually from our Scott Living collection. So this, tone on tone worked out beautifully with this room. And then we wanted to warm it up a little bit with our bedding as well. But I feel like we might have some guests that come in here and stay and then won't leave. So Annalie, I'm looking at you. Micah was asking, are you doing home automation and how crazy is it gonna get? And I wouldn't say it's crazy, but we can control everything from the music throughout the house, intercom, lighting. All of it can be controlled from a tablet. Malibu Wired is the company who's the genius when it comes to all this stuff. So they're handling all the tech throughout the house. Jumping over to the outdoor kitchen, we also have this incredible setup so we can, grill, we can do pizza nights, we can do whatever we want to do out here. Brown Jordan Outdoor Kitchens did all of the kitchens because we wanted to have something that also looked like actual interior cabinets. Sometimes you'll see us do stucco kitchens, sometimes just stainless steel appliances or drawers, but this actually looks like all real kitchen. They're actually stainless steel. So these will outlive all of us. They are beautiful. They're also going to withstand the heat and they're not going to fade, which is really great. And then once we put the stone on it and finished everything else out, it just feels like another great addition to the entertaining spaces. Craig wanted to know about the barbecue. He's a barbecue guy. So yes, American Made Grills has put in the most fantastic grill. It's massive. So depending on how many people we're entertaining for, we wanted to have the ability to cook for lots and lots of folks. We're vegetarians, so of course we're doing veggie kebabs and asparagus and you name it, all the delicious stuff. But we also, from the Somerset Superstore, we got the cold storage, also the pizza oven, everything out here. I mean, we use the outdoor space so much, always have in any house that we've been in. So this was pretty important for us to have a space here where it's almost like a full operational kitchen. Jenny's asking what our favorite part of the outdoor space is. Well, it's not called the Park House for any reason. It's because it really is so lush and so green that it feels like we're living in a park. And so we worked with Orchard Landscaping to not only fill out a lot of the gardens, plant the beautiful hedges along the property lines, put in more California sycamores. We've got all these beautiful trees and flowers going in. Even the rose garden that was originally here, 60-year-old beautiful roses, we've transplanted those to the new location for the gazebo. So we still have the story of the history of the gardens and greenery here as well. And then you can't just have all this beautiful greenery, all these beautiful trees without lighting it properly. So FX Luminaire came in and did the whole exterior lighting design. So now when you walk in here at night, it is breathtaking how beautifully everything's showcased. Also, to enhance the landscaping and to make everything more stable, we used Core Landscape products. They have a stabilizer product. It's kind of like a honeycomb that keeps all the stones in place wherever we wanted to have gravel. Also used it under the grass, so in case we have to ever run any vehicles over there or the kids' toys or chairs or whatever it might be, we have a solid surface that still looks beautiful on top. Creative Minds also provided all of the brick veneer that went on the house for all that beautiful white brick, and also for the wall. That's the original red brick color that was on the property so many years ago, and we decided to match up to it. This is what we wanted in this space. It's a space to get people together, get people laughing, get people having fun. Those of you who know me know that I used to throw epic pool parties with everything from fire breathers to mermaids to magicians and jugglers and you name it. And well, we've got a space that I think could rival that yard in Vegas. In fact, I love it even more because we have more green. So I'm glad you guys were able to share a little pool party with me. Keep those questions coming and get on Instagram as well and ask even more questions so I can answer them.